Module 1 Overview of C. In this module, we'll study about history of C, importance of C, basic structure of C program, executing a C program, constant variables, data types, and finally operators and evaluation of expressions. History of C. C is a general-purpose programming language which features economy of expression, modern control flow and data structures, and a rich set of operators. It is considered as the base language of all advanced computer languages. We'll now see a brief history of C language. Let's see the programming languages that were developed before C language. The first one is ALGOL, that is algorithm language. This is the root of all modern language. So it is a base of programming language which was introduced in 1960, developed by international group. ALGOL introduced the concept of structured programming to the developer community. So this was the first computer language. In 1967, a new computer programming language announced as BCPL, Basic Combined Programming Language. BCPL was designed and developed by Martin Richards, especially for writing system software. In 1970, a new program language called B was introduced by Ken Thompson, which contained multiple features of BCPL. In 1972, Dennis Ritchie created a new programming language C at Bell Laboratories. It was created from ALGOL, BCPL and B programming languages. C program language contains all the features of these languages and many more additional concepts that make it unique from other languages. So, Dennis Ritchie is known as the founder of the C language. C language was developed to overcome the problem of previous languages such as B, BCPL, etc. In 1978, the C programming language book written by Kernighan and Dennis Ritchie. So it is termed as K&R C, the latter of whom originally developed and implemented the language. To assure that C language will remain standard, ANSI, that is American National Standard Institute, defined a commercial standard for C in 1989. Later, it was approved by International Standard Organization, that is ISO, in 1990. C programming language is also called as ANSI C. C99 is a past work version of C language. C18 is the most recent standard for the C programming language. Importance of C program. C language is widely used in various technologies. Languages such as C++, Java are developed from C. Thus, C forms a base for many other languages. C language is widely used in embedded systems and it is also designed for developing system applications. It has a rich set of built-in functions and operators which can be used to write any complex programs. Due to variety of data types and powerful operators, programs written in C are efficient and fast. C is highly portable. That is, C programs written for one computer can be run on another with little or no modification. C has its ability to extend itself because it is the collection of functions which the C library supports, and this makes it easier for programmer to add their own functions to C library. Because of the availability of large number of functions, the programming task becomes simple. Basic structure of C program. Program is a set of instructions for a computer to perform a specific task. If it is written using C language, then it is called as a C program. The basic elements of C program are comments, that is documentation section, preprocessor statements, global declarations, implementation of main function, and user-defined functions. The first element is documentation section. So this is the comment line. So comments are not part of the program. Again, it is optional. So these are used at the beginning of the program to explain the problem or purpose of the program. Later, it can be used in other places also. Next is link section. Link section is nothing but the preprocessor directive statements. Preprocessor is a program which is invoked by the compiler before the compilation of user-written programs. The declaration of preprocessor statements always begin with the hash symbol. Usually these are placed before the main function. The directive hash include tells the compiler that some part of the standard library functions are being used in the program. The header file such as stdio.h is used to perform some input and output operations. Definition section is used to define the concept of symbolic constants. Hash define is a preprocessor compiler directive which is used to create constants. So this we'll study later in detail. So next is the main function. After including the header files, we'll start writing the main function. The main program header, that is main, tells the compiler that we are starting to work on the main function. Every program must have a main function because the execution starts from the main function. Next, within the main function, declaration part and executable part, that is the definition defining the variables and writing the statements, which should end with a semicolon. Last part is subprogram sections, that is user defined functions. C allows user to write or create their own functions to perform specific tasks. So these are called as user defined functions and are usually defined after the main function. Let's see the sample C program, which starts with the document section, that is the use of comment line. So this is one of the optional section. So we can create a single comment line using two forward slashes like this, or we can create multi-line comment line using forward slash and star. So here we have written the comment line as program to display hello world. So this is the name of the program. So next section is link section. Hash include stdio.h. So this is a preprocessor directive. So this function supports the input and output functions, that is printf and scanf. In this program we are using printf function, which is used to display the hello world statement. See, after this link section we have used the main function. Here definition section and global declaration sections are optional. The output of this program is hello world because this is the statement we want to display on the screen. Executing a C program. Execution of a C program involves following four steps. First one, creating the program. Second, compiling the program. Third, linking the program. And fourth one, execution of the program. Step 1, creating the C program. First, write a C program using a text editor. Then save the program by using .c extension. File saved with this .c extension is called source program. Step 2, compiling C program. C source code with .c extension is given as input to compiler, and compiler converts it into equivalent machine instruction. If source code is error-free, then code is converted into object file with .obj extension. Step 3, linking the program. During compilation, compiler will check for error. If compiler finds any error, then it will report it. User have to re-edit the C program. After re-editing the program, compiler again check for any error. If program is error-free, then program is linked with appropriate libraries. Program is linked with included header files also. So program is linked with other libraries and this process is executed by linker. That is, the linker combines both the object code and specified header file code and generates an executable file with .exe extension. Step 4. Executing the program. After completing compilation successfully, an executable file is created with .exe extension. The processor can understand this .exe file content so that it can perform the task specified in the source file. Compiling multiple files. GCC, this is the compiler. We execute it by typing its name GCC or CC to the command line. CC file name .c. So here file name is a C program, that is the source file. After running this command, we should have another file in our directory called file name with .o as an extension before linking them all into final executable.